Hello, today we will be continuing on the car jack assembly. So we are working on this car jack assembly. We have completed quite a few of these. They're in my previous videos, so I have done all of these up until, I will stop here in a second. Alright, we will be working on the jack screw today. Alright, this one will be a fairly quick one, I think. So let's get started. I will include the PDF or the location where to get the PDF of this. If you want, you can take a screenshot of that and we can work with that. I'm going to slide this onto my second screen. All right, and I'm going to create a brand new file, new. We're going to call this P1-10. Okay, so now we're going to create, we're going to start with the round diameter of, I think this one we should start with this big round right here, and then we can do a couple of extrudes off of that round face once we do that. So let's do that. All right, so let's create a sketch on front. Okay. Circle, center here, click on that dot, click, we'll zoom in there, click on that, and let's hit escape, click on the circle, and let's change this diameter to 18. Okay, escape, let's go to finish. We're going to extrude this circle 10 millimeters. It's already selected. If it's not orange, then just simply select that guy right there. And we're going to go 10 millimeters. We're going to flip it the other way. It's okay. So that's the beginning of it. So now we need to go with a square, and it's 10 millimeters square, both sides. So I'm going to start on this side. So let's do a sketch. Sketch on this face right here. Okay. Now we got that. Now we're going to go with rectangle. And we will go with this guy right here, from center. So we're going to click on that center point right there. And we're going to drag it off. And we want to go 10 by 10. We don't have to put in exactly. We'll just go with approximately. Escape. Let's click on this guy. Change that to 10. No. And then we want to go here. Let's escape that. Click on left, right, click on the green, 10 there, escape. Finish that sketch, and now we can extrude that. Let's take that, extrude, we're going to extrude that 15. Okay, and we're going to unite that to the body one. Okay, there we are. That's good. First one's done. So now we got to create the other side here. All right, so it looks like we have square on the very top. That's what we're looking at here. Then we have this here is slightly bigger than this. We can see that change right there. So this is telling me that this is a diameter. And it doesn't show me the true diameter. But I'm looking in here and I can see that it's a dotted line. So that means that there is this is a circular all the way through, and I'm going to assume it's 10 because it doesn't seem to jump out of that 10 millimeter square. That's why I'm going to go with 10. Otherwise, there's no dimension that really tells me that it's 10. So let's do that. So we're going to put a sketch on this face right here. And we will put the diameter. Click on the center. Let's go. We can be tangent with that, that's fine. Or we can just say 10. So I'm going to put 10. I don't want to be tangent for now. So click on that guy. Click on that, hit 10. And the reason I want to do that is if I want to change this easily, I can just go to my sketch and rechange it. It's not connected to this in any way. All right, so just made that 10, finish that sketch. Now we need to extrude this 300 millimeters. Extrude 300. Unite it. Okay, there we are. So now, looks like we have some thread. We need to go 210 millimeters down, thread, and it's got to be M12 by 1.75. But it does have a chamfer on the very front edge here. So let's put a 1 millimeter chamfer on the front edge. Okay. 1. Finish. And let's do that M12 by 175. 1.75. So let's go to find your threads. Go over here, type in thread. We have a command for a thread here. Let's click on that. And we can select our cylinder. We can select our, okay, it's saying M10 by 1.5. So we actually want to go a little bit larger than that. But hold on, let's put in here 210. So that is correct, but it's saying M10 and it won't let me change that because the size of this rod is 10 millimeters. So that's it's actually impossible to do this because you need more thread. So by the picture we see here from this view, let me click on this. Let me click on partially shaded. We can see this outer circle right here. So I'm not sure how exactly they did this, but anyway, right click. I'm going to go to fully shaded, and I'm going to go in here and change the size of this diameter. I'm going to change this to 11, and this here should allow me to change that too. So let's go to sketch, double click on the sketch, and we're going to change this to 11 now. Escape, finish. It should automatically extrude that. We can delete this guy. Let's redo that. Let's push in thread, type in thread. All right, so we're going to click on this face again, and now we can click. We have the option of putting M12 now. That's exactly what we want. Say okay. So that's M12 by 1.75, 210 millimeters depth. Chamfer on the very front. And that's it. So let's go to drafting here in a second. Let's hide a couple of these sketches and hide them datum coordinate system. Control Shift D or file drafting. That's okay. Close. We're going to go to front. There's our front view. We're going to drag off a view here. And they did a chopped view, which is fine. I'll show you how to do that in a second. All right, so we got that. Close this guy. If we want to make a cut section, we go over here. View break. We're going to break this view. Break line 1, select anchor point, and we're just going to zoom in here. Now this is slightly, all these contours are taking up a lot more resources on my computer, and I can actually hear my computer fans kicking up. So a lot of times you will do a simulated or symbolic thread. So let's try to click an anchor point. Okay. And second anchor point. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to grab this view, throw it down. I want to see the whole thing. Let's do that break again. I click on that view. First anchor point right here, but I want to move that. Okay. Second anchor point right here. Clicking on this back wall. Grab this guy. Slide him in. Okay. There's our new view. Grab it, slide it over, and let's start dimensioning. All right, so I will left click, right click, settings, visible, hidden lines, invisible, change to dashed. Okay. We can see our hole is slightly bigger now as compared to the original image. Okay. So I think there's something wrong with the image. Anyway, no problem. We'll keep going. We know the intent. So let's go with here. We're going to go with 18 diameter. Close. And then this is square. Here to here. 10. There you are. So that's telling me it's square. Here to here. 10. Here to here. 15. And here, all the way down here, is 300. Got a chamfer on the very front. Let's click on that guy right there, chamfer dimension. Okay. And then we're going to click on this hole and thread call out. Select feature. All right, it's not even letting me select this. So what I'm going to suggest is let's go to modeling and let's change that to symbolic. So we're going to double click this guy. We know we got it correct. We got 12 by 1.75. But for simplicity, we're going to put symbolic, and it would take up a lot less resources in our computer. So our computer is working a little harder with all those threads and the image. So let's go back to drafting, Control Shift D, or File Drafting. Let's do it. We got to go Update. There we are. We see it's much more clean. Not as detailed, but cleaner anyway. So we can click on hole and thread call out and click on this outside face right here. Let's click. Should let me do that. Select feature. Not sure why it's not letting me choose that. Usually, oh, there it is. All right. So that is exactly what we want. If we want to make it the same as what the drawing says, we can put this dimension here. And then we can add that note right there. So let's click on that. Let's make it the same. And then we will go, we'll just put in a note. Drag and pull. Change this here to M12 capital by 1.75. All right, there we are. That concludes our jack screw. Thanks. Like and subscribe.